Hi guys, we want to talk today about what happens to you energetically when you're having sex with another person. And the reason why we want to discuss this topic today is because everything is energy, and everything about us is energy. And when we interact with somebody else, and especially when we have really close contact with somebody when we're having sex, we really can have our energy bodies very closely intertwined. And what I actually mean by that is when you're being intimate with another person, you're very close with their energetic bodies. So imagine that we've got this aura surrounding the human body, and so when we are having sex, or we're being intimate with somebody else, we're very closely connected to their energy body. And so often what can happen is we end up getting these energetic cords connected to one another. And these energetic cords, if we don't free ourselves from them and release them from the physical body, we can actually carry some of the person's baggage, we can carry some of their pain. And we're going to talk today about how to free yourself from those energetic cords. But I think having an understanding as to why they develop to and are connected to the body is really, really important.
Yeah, this is in no way a judgmental video about those that have had numerous partners or do sleep around. There's just numerous reasons why people have numerous partners, where they're trying to find love and it's just not happening, but that's really not for us to judge. The main reason we want to make this video is just to bring some awareness to what actually occurs during the sexual act and how energies are involved. Because a lot of people think that the sexual act is just a physical thing. But we want to talk today about how it's even more an energetic thing than physical, because the reason for that is a lot of people think that once they're out of the presence of that person, that's sort of the end of it, but you're actually connected to them energetically from that point on, unless you actually are aware of it and able to cut those cords. So like Natalie said, like if you connect with someone on that level and then you walk away and move on, you could still be connected to their vibrational memories and particular emotions and baggage that they have on. And you can find yourself, and I've seen this in people I know of, like growing up, I've had friends that, they were classed as the hot guys and this and that. They had plenty of women, and I used to try to explain to them how it's not just a physical act. Like if you've got energies going on there and this type of stuff, and it's something that Nellie and I have known for many, many years of how this all works. And we want to bring some further attention today because even with your partner, like Natalie and I obviously have very strong energetic cords to each other as committed partners, and we can take on each other's stuff. So if you're doing that to I guess a stranger, so to speak, whether it's a one night stand and then you carry on with your life, you can be connected to them energetically still, and find yourself feeling emotions and physical symptoms that you didn't relate to as yours. And we just wanted to talk a bit more deeper into what can occur with these physical acts.
Absolutely. And so sex is actually a very sacred act, and universally and spiritually, when we're being intimate with another person, the energy that is created from that particular act is actually quite amazing, and it's quite mind-blowing. So it's a really amazing connection. And when you are with another person and your energies are intertwining and connecting and infusing together, you can really take on some of their stuff. And so sometimes people aren't aware of that, and that's okay. And that's why we wanted to make this video today, to just sort of talk about this topic and bring a little bit of awareness to it. Because if you are with somebody and they are not feeling great, sometimes people have got stuff going on in their life, because life brings challenges and we all have to face challenges. And so you could be intimate with somebody and carry some of their stuff after you've been intimate, and you might, a few hours later, you might start to have a random pain here or there, or feel a bit sort of emotional and not know why, because you've actually taken on some of their stuff via this energy cord. And so energetic cords are like an imaginary tube of light that connects you to another person. So often, when we are intimate with our partners, you might find that you might connect a cord to the heart chakra, or to the solar plexus, or even to the root chakra, because these are the chakras that will be very much intertwining, and the sacral chakra as well. And if you are in a long-term relationship and it's a real soulmate connection, often the whole chakra system will be aligned, and you'll be really connecting to that universal source. So you can imagine that you've been intimate, and you've created this connection with this person via these invisible tubes. And so if you don't disconnect those tubes, like Glen was saying, you could be carrying their stuff and not realizing, and that can show up as, you know, random pains in the body, random emotions, and even you can connect to their vibrational memories. And if you are in a long-term relationship, because you're so, you know, connected energetically, physically and spiritually, you can start to take on your partner's karma. And so, you know, when they're experiencing their karma, obviously because you're walking alongside them along your journey, you're also in a sense experiencing that karma along with them, because you're so, you know, connected. And so freeing yourself from these energetic cords is so important, especially after you've been intimate.
Yeah, like Natalie said, there's numerous ways to know if an energetic cord has been attached and how strong it is. One of the most common ones that we hear is, like, someone may say that, oh, we only slept together once, but they just won't get over it and they won't let it go, and they're really, really emotional about it. It's because that particular person may have connected a very, very strong energetic connection to you and be connected to your energy field and not want to let go of that, and it makes them very, very emotional. So that's one of the ways. And the other way is, these cords do work in many different ways. They can work positively as well. Say if you meet someone that you really, really like, and then all of a sudden you just cannot stop thinking about them. You can't think about anything else but that person, because that cord's attached to them, and you like everything about them, and it sort of consumes all your thoughts. So the flip side of that is, if it's a negative encounter, and just as a random example, if it's a drunken encounter or something of that nature, or you have no intention of seeing that person, and you may have done the wrong thing by that person's energy is connected directly to you, and they're going to be sending that rage to you, and that anger and that emotional hurt to you for a long periods of time, until we're able, and that's what Natalie was going to talk about, how to disconnect these cords and how to remove these cords. And like I said before, this is not about judgment or our opinion of people sleeping around. Everyone's on their own particular life journey, but we just want to talk about how to clear the energetic body from these particular encounters. And that can also be with committed partners. Like, sometimes we need to do a cleanse on ourselves and just know what's what, and get to the centre of ourselves, and know that, be consciously aware of what cords are attached at all times.
And so a really simple way to release these cords, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. And so I'll share with you the way that I like to do it with Archangel Michael. So I call upon Archangel Michael and I ask for him to release any energetic cords that I have connected to people, to situations, to any negative situations. And I ask him to just cut those cords, and I send myself the light towards the cord that's been cut, and I also send light towards the cord that's been cut to the other person, because we always want to release these cords, but come from a loving space. So we never send anyone else some negative energy. It's always a loving, positive energy when you're releasing these cords. Or you can imagine, if you're a really visual person, you can imagine the person that you've been intimate with and just get your hand and just cut that cord, okay? And then you could also imagine white light going to the cord towards you, and then also white light going to that person. So calling upon Archangel Michael, if that feels good for you, you can just allow that process to happen. And if you're not really good at visualizing, that's okay. Just imagine that the process is happening, okay? So it's all about your thought, your intention, okay? So everything is energy. Our thoughts are energy, our emotions, our body, everything around us is energy. So we can actually work with that energy, and imagining and setting the intent that you're just going to free those cords from your body and from the other person. That is all you need. Okay, so and having an understanding that when we are intimate with another person, our energy bodies are connecting, and they're also very much creating these energy cords as well. So when we have those energy cords, we need to be able to free them. There are other ways to cleanse the energy body as well. You can do that via meditation and cleansing the chakra system. There's lots and lots of different ways, but the main one that we just wanted to talk about today was these energy cords, because sometimes people are just they're not understanding that when you are so closely intimate with somebody else, that both of our energy bodies are talking together. And so that exchange of energy, and like Glen was saying before, sometimes it's a positive exchange, sometimes it's a negative exchange. And so either way, even if it is positive or negative, it's always really wise to clear those energy cords, because that means that your vibration is going to be nice, and the frequency of your vibration will be will be resonating at a high vibration. So it's all about nurturing yourself, looking after you, and making sure that your energy body is in a good, healthy state. So if you have any questions about these energy cores, pop it in the comments below, and Glenn and I would love to answer the questions for you. So thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys.